The start, the pace was strong and solid as predicted. You said high definition likely to go forward, and that was in the company of Lone Eagle, who settled well today. And even though Mare Australis likes to dominate, happy for Olivier Pellier just to sit in behind. And then in the closing stages, she's made up a fair bit of ground, all heart, and she's dug very deep.
Yeah, brilliant from Alpinista and brilliant from Sir Mark Prescott. But let's take the race at full and just try and pick out the most critical points and the most interesting points, and that power play by Ryan Moore to get to the front on high definition and try and do a broom from last year. Once he's in front, you can see how the rest of the field is stacking up and taking position behind. Lone Eagle is sat outside of high definition, but not really pressuring him as such. And the most interesting position of all the runners in the race is definitely the big fella, Hurricane Lane, because he's sacrificed being wide for being handy. So it's clear that what they wanted to do today was just to give this horse clear passage and then let his talking do the rest. But even though it was set up for him, he just didn't have anything in the finish, even more disappointing than Ascot, and clearly back to the drawing board with him. But at this stage, I think that Ryan's just playing with the pace a little bit, and you can see how the field have just concertinaed. All the jockeys are happy with their position, none are flat out, none are pushing along. In fact, a few are just coming back on the bridle. Alpinista Haley, look at how she's racing now in behind.
Yeah, she's certainly in a tight position, to say the least, in the company of Third Realm, who did nothing in the closing stages. And you can just see the pace increase here. I think Ryan would have been quite grateful for the company of Lone Eagle, because he's quite laid back, this high definition today. And here you'd pick her out as being the best in the race, because she's hardest on the bridle, maybe because Luke Morris has got nowhere to go at a crucial moment. But then when he does roll off the bend, comes out wide, slingshots the bend, and because he's got such a willing partner,
look at this,
she's just able to grind it out up that home straight. 400 metres out, you knew that she was always going to get there. Down on the inside, Barati running a huge race. Luke just picks his stick up here, and Bubble Gift has very much reversed the form with Mare Australis today. That horse has been disappointing, as well as Hurricane Lane, who's for whatever reason just not quite firing. 2 weeks on, I think that maybe they'll possibly reassess the next run.
He'll have to be refreshed and reprogrammed. So there's lots of subplots to this race. France finishing second, third and fourth with big priced horses. It might make you think that this form isn't really up to scratch for a Group 1, but this is a remarkable mare, Alpinista. 5 from 5 last year, won 3 Group 1s in Germany, which left us all thinking, well, what's that really worth? But then one of her victories was over Torquator Tasso, who won the Arc and fostered the what-if factor with Alpinista. What if she'd have rocked up at Longchamp, a muddy Longchamp, last year? Well, she's been kept in training to try and win an Arc, and she started the season in a brilliant way, not only for winning a Group 1, but also for defeating new opponents, and doing so at a time when the stable had been quiet in Britain. So whichever way you slice it, this is a really significant performance from Alpinista, and one which says, you know what, this is a bona fide Arc contender for October.
Do you know, I think that's a really important point to make. Like you've said, the form of Sir Mark Prescott, he even shut up shop for a little bit, didn't he? He drew stumps until he got his horses back, got them healthy, and the fact that she's managed to do that whilst the stable have been under a bit of a cloud, I think only upgrades how she's come with age and got better in time and strengthened up, Jamie.
Well, that's a really interesting point, because think about Kirsten Rousing, because she bred this horse, and the granddam of this horse was Albanova, the great Albanova, who won the same 3 Group 1s in Germany that Alpinista did last year. But Albanova was a 5-year-old when she did that, a fully mature 5-year-old. Alpinista was ahead of the curve with what she achieved. She's only now a 5-year-old, but this was a performance of significance in so many ways. She might be the queen of middle distance races in Europe after this.